I want to ask you about the times like we've got today. We've seen the last 6, 8 months have been really challenging for a lot of restaurateurs. Your partner Joe was on a panel I did for the NRA a few months ago. We talked about dealing with purveyors. How can restaurateurs out here, how can they not change their deal or change a contract, but how can they restructure things to improve the bottom line? Because right now a lot of them are struggling. Maybe they're not getting the same, they're down 15, 20% from last year at this time. What can they do if they've only got 1 or 2 properties to try to improve things?
Well, one of the things I've been learning is I've been looking a lot on the big companies, McDonald's of the world, IHOPs of the world, Ruby Tuesdays of the world. We have a tendency to sometimes in our profession, in our business, to criticize the other side that doesn't operate like us. But I do believe there's many common ground that can benefit both sides of the equation. And going through this kind of search, I learned personally a lot of things that still I don't know if I'm able to keep applying. But one of them was I found out that many of these restaurants, multi-unit chains, much of the restaurant space will be up to 50% dedicated to storage, refrigeration. And I was like, 50% dedicated to refrigeration? Are they nuts? I barely have, we have 10 in our kind of restaurants. Well, then you start learning that they get refrigeration and they only get 1 or 2 or 3 deliveries a week. When a restaurant like mine, guess what? We get 8, 10, 12, 15 deliveries a day. So when you start doing the equation and you start talking to the produce company and you start talking and say, listen, Jose, it's not like you have to buy produce once a week, but if you can go from 6 days a week to 4 days a week, I can go down in the price. I'm going to charge you so much. If you are able to buy to only 3 days a week, I'm even going to be able to go. So all of a sudden, this makes you think, wow, these people, they've been doing this for a long time. We're talking, can I run my business getting only 3 deliveries a week by getting extra storage in my restaurants? So the money I'm going to be saving is worth at the end of the year. So this is kind of the learning experiences I'm seeing from the other kind of industry, the ones that operate multi-units that are benefiting and are able to pass, hopefully, that savings to their customers or to their investors by having a good bottom. So that's not necessarily that's something I've been learning of what the other side of the industry, that they don't have the one little restaurant in the corner like I do or Mario do, but that they have multi-units. And I think that this is something we are going to have to be looking more and more. And one more thing was applying the fast food, McDonald's, Burger King kind of screens where you go and every person has a TV. If you come to my restaurants, every restaurant in the kitchen has an average between 3 and 7, 8 TV monitors, BDUs, inside the kitchen. Every cook has one. Since the day we put the BDUs in the kitchens, we become so much more productive in the amount of food we could do, quality, less waste, but also how much everyone was performing. So here the lesson is going in the other side. Now I'm looking to the other side of the industry, the one that is the further away from me, to learn and that I can apply to my own way of work.